Hello again, guys. Now we're gonna do a video today, right now, about juicing. Obviously, it's one of those things that, as you've seen in my other videos and notes, that is, as far as I'm concerned, key to the two major things a person needs to do to be healthy, which is detoxification and getting the nutrients in the body. This takes care of a huge portion of that, and it's one of the things that has gotten me off the 6 drugs I was on and been able to lose 40 pounds without trying, and many other aspects of health. So anyway, what we're going to do today is, since it's this time of year and we have so many greens available to us, instead of doing the store-bought, we'll take them right out of here and we'll explain a little bit, show you how to wash them, and use the juicer and show you some things that some foods that are taste great and have all the phytonutrients you could ask for. So right now we're going to start. Actually, we're going to start with the Napa cabbage, and that is something I use as a base, so we can take all the smaller items in greens and put that inside. So it works as a perfect sleeve or holder for the rest of them. I'm just going to take one for now, but I just take this Napa cabbage leaf, and we have some Swiss chard here, and just throw her in there. These are just loaded with nutrients and vitamins, that something that we gotta have. Fantastic. Now we'll go over here to some kale. Throw a few kale leaves on there. Actually, this is something I love to use. Kale along with spinach, which is coming up soon, is on the top of my list. They're phenomenal detoxifiers in food. And down here shortly we'll have our spinach and carrots and all the other goodies that we get to add to it. But for today we're just going to stick with the greens and some herbs, tasty ones at that. So today we're done with our mustard greens. I'm not going to take that today because they're just a little too high. We're going to use a little bit of cilantro. Parsley. Oh, excuse me, parsley. Yeah, see, she's such a beautiful gardener and tell-aller. So we're gonna we could get some beet greens in there and some other things. We'll grab a couple of those. And for the sake of time, we'll quit. I'll just take 2 of them without taking the whole beet out, which I almost did. And maybe a little bit of lettuce. And now we'll go over to some of the herbs that I love. We pick these out of here all the time. Just eat them right off the. You don't mind a bug or 2, you just eat them right off the branch. Here we have 3 different types of basil that Macy planted, which are fantastic. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. I'd usually put a little more on there, but we'll just do it for the sake of time. And here we have their sage, and we have some chocolate mint here, which is fantastic. Just eat like that. And a little sage in there. And back here actually is something that's really cool, sweet. And that's stevia, or stevia, however you like to pronounce that. Among other things, we have lavender and other things in here, but this is what we use now for the moment. Okay, we'll throw some oregano on there too. Stevia will really sweeten it up. This is a fantastic little herb that everybody that we've been able to have try just loved it. So anyway, we'll go with this. And then we're going to put it right in the pot here. This is actually in lieu of a kitchen sink, you know, whatever works for you. I mean, obviously we don't normally do it outside here, but it's such a beautiful day, we're going to do it so you can see things from the garden. So anyway, this is, I'm going to say, if you have a half of a sink full of water, one of the best cleaners, I'll just say, for easy verbiage here, to use for the pesticides and all those other things, is a combination of simple vinegar, white vinegar, not apple cider vinegar, because this is acidic. Apple cider vinegar is alkali.
But the veggies are store-bought, right?
Yep, store-bought, or even this. You don't have to do this with natural things like we're doing here. The only thing that we do is use food-grade peroxide for our garden fresh veggies, because that takes care of E. coli or any bugs or fungus or anything like that. This is a natural killer. So anything that you want to put, even in your eggs, if you get farm fresh eggs, put it in a sink full of peroxide. Let's say a 1/4 cup of food grade peroxide, or 3%, excuse me, I should say 3% peroxide from the store. 1/4 cup and half a sink. let it sit there for 20 minutes, and you're pretty well taking care of any bacteria, virus, fungus, stuff like that. So anyway, in a half a sink, we'll say a quarter cup of that. Take about 2 tablespoons of lemon. Ideally it'd be fresh lemon, but that can get a little pricey. And some vinegar. So you throw it in here, and we leave it typically for about 20 minutes, like I said, and that removes the wax, the pesticides, any of the bacteria or things that a person's got to worry about. So anyway, again, that's the store-bought. The peroxide is what we use only, for our garden fresh stuff. So for the sake of time, because we're not going to wait 20 minutes, we have this already here, and we have some of the pretty much the same stuff that we just picked. And of course we've got our Napa cabbage leaf, which is fantastic because you'll find after a little bit of experience you have to ball the things up, or at least get it in a wad more or less, so it juices much better. And another key thing is to make sure that your veggies are damp or wet before you put it into the juicer. Otherwise it'll just basically throw it out the back with the pulp. It'll end up going into something you use pulp with. So this is maybe a little more than I would necessarily put. This, I guess it's about right. So we just, in this case, I just wad it up. And same with spinach. If you have spinach or something with smaller greens, smaller leaves, pack it, wad it up in a thing of cabbage, for instance, that we would do on the other times of the year anyway, that we don't have a garden fresh. So we take this, nice and wet. Usually I run it underneath my reverse osmosis faucet. If it's dry, turn on the juicer, get a little more wet. And ideally at this point, I don't have it with me. I should have, but I usually have a couple stalks of celery and a couple stalks of carrot, and those are perfect to put behind a wad of green, and that shoves it down and makes it work pretty well. But this time I'm just going to use the lemon and apple. You can throw a little bit of tomato in there. I'll do that afterwards, but lemon is a great thing to, this is going to be a very green drink, so it'll taste very green. Dirty if you wish, but anyway, it's excellent, phenomenal, and loaded with the nutrients. So anyway, we'll take the lemon and put the whole thing in there. Lemonines on the outside. Obviously the strength of lemon on the inside is extremely alkalizing. People think of it as just being an acid food. It's actually one of the most alkalizing foods for your body, which obviously is a disease killer. So if you had the carrot stalks and the celery stalks, it'd be a lot less harder to push. It generally goes pretty easy. We'll throw a little bit of apple in there for some sweet. Actually, that's sour, but I prefer the green apple because that's kind of an anti-fungal, anti-candida, where other apples are, generally speaking, not. They're very healthy, but we'll throw a tomato in there just for sake of a little color, and you can obviously throw whatever else you'd like in there. If you throw orange in there or whatever to take the flavor away from the earthy flavor, that's a great way to do it. I'm going to throw actually a little more because we're actually going to drink this right now. So there we are. That's it, and this is loaded with all kinds of nutrients, things that kill candida, things that take care of yeast, things that take care of cancer, things that alkalize the body, things that are great for the heart, the mind, everything, all inclusive here. So this is one of those things that is, to me, is a key to good health, and it's what helped change my life. And for $100 at Walmart or wherever else you can pick up the Jack LaLanne, it's priceless. So there we go. That's what we got out of what we use, which is actually pretty good because the pulp is actually minimal. And now the thing is to try to get my wife to drink it. And whatever the case, we're all set. I'm going to take a little sip, and cheers to you. God bless, and we'll talk to you again soon.